right, what is up, YouTube? It has been a couple weeks since I have made a video, and I just want to apologize. I've been super busy. I've got a lot of personal stuff going on. But I hit 500 followers or subscribers, whatever you want to call them, on YouTube. So thank you so much. If you want to support the channel and everything that I do have a website. It is flyingriskllc.com. I sell t-shirts, I sell prints, I sell canvases, I sell all this stuff. So yeah, if you want to support, just go down and make a video. I still have the Mercedes. It's running good. Haven't had any issues. Just making snowboard videos mostly for the winter. So there's the snowboards. But I got a new car. I've decided to, I had an old, just a regular 2006 Honda Accord, and it did me great. Never had any issues with it, but I decided to get something a little newer, just to save money on some fuel and then not have to worry about some stuff. So I had like a lot of different ideas as to what I was going to purchase in regards to a new Commuter. I wanted something that was all-wheel drive or had the capacity for 4 wheels in motion. And so I decided to get something that was economical, something that would be relatively cheap, and something that would work for, you know, the constraints that I had required. And I've been seeing these around a lot, and I decided, you know what, I might as well splurge a little bit in regards to a Commuter and get what I'm really looking for. So I have decided, take my man card away or whatever, I have decided to buy a Prius. It's warming up right now, but I've owned this thing for about 2 weeks now, and all I want to say is wow. Honestly, I can't believe I'm saying it. The Prius is freaking cool. So I get a doctor's appointment this morning, so I'm gonna drive, try to make a video, you know, as safely as possible, and kind of show you some insight that I have on the Prius so far. And I'll give you a cost breakdown and the benefit analysis associated with purchasing a new Prius as a daily driver. So let's go. All right, so you know, personal friends that know me know that I never buy anything new. I usually buy a used vehicle. I don't really trust newer tech, and I work a relatively, you know, low medium wage job, so I ain't got the juice like that. So I decided, you know, what should I do for a vehicle? And like I said, you know, I wanted all-wheel drive, I wanted a little bit of cargo space, I wanted fuel efficient. I drive up to the mountains a lot to snowboard, so you know, all those things cost money, so I try to make it as relatively easy as possible for my wallet so I can do things more often. And so yeah, I decided on the Prius, yeah, so here's, oh yeah, I meant to also say, so I lost a GoPro snowboarding a couple weeks ago, and then this is my second GoPro, and I somehow cracked the back screen on this. So I just remembered, it's just been like one thing after another in regards to trying to make content. So unfortunately, this is my last camera other than my phone or my actual like point and shoot that you know, I can make videos, and I'm not going to make action videos with the phone or the camera. It's just not the same. But yeah, so here's the setup. You know, I think it's a very, like, I'm 6'3", 240 something pounds, not a small guy, but I fit very well in this. As you can see, my head's not hitting the ceiling. It's close, it is definitely close. My head's not hitting the ceiling. It's got a nice little screen for the front. You have a bunch of different interactive things that you can put on there. I have almost 1,000 miles on this already, and like I said, I bought it 2 weeks ago, so I've just been driving this thing like crazy. I've only put 17 gallons in it since I've purchased it, which is about, I don't know, $80, $90, which is amazing. I've driven this thing up to the mountains already, gotten into some pretty deep snow with it, and I haven't had any traction issues. If there's a low traction scenario, I just stopped and I took off traction control, and I looked at the power distribution that goes through here, and it just stayed in, you know, all-wheel drive with electric motors in the back. I was kind of like nervous about the tech associated. Oh, let me see if I can put the seatbelt on so we can start cruising. I got a doctor's appointment, so I don't want to be late. I was nervous about the tech associated with you know, a newer vehicle, because I don't work on them. So what I was wondering on doing was like, okay, you know, let's say I've got this vehicle and I don't know how to work on it. You know, how's the warranty? And everybody that knows vehicles pretty well knows that Toyotas they're extremely reliable for the most part. I've heard a couple critiques of the newer Toyota, like the Tacomas, and I believe the Tundras, if I remember right, have been having some recent issues in regards to quality, in regards to some of the motors that they've implemented, but I haven't heard any other issues. So I was like, you know what, specifically with the hybrid system, and this is a new model, you know, I wanted a good warranty. And so this thing came with a full warranty. I think it's like, you know, 10-year, 100,000 mile on the powertrain. The hybrid system is 150,000 mile. Bumper to bumper is like 36,000 mile. There's a rust warranty for 5 years. You know, this thing it came with everything I was looking for in regards to risk mitigation. And you know, this is a 2024 model. The 2025s are like just like at least where I live, they're just coming into play at dealerships, even though it's usually a little late in the season for it. Usually 2025 years come in the fall or late summer, but these dealerships here just don't have any. I think there's a lot of I don't think people are buying vehicles. I honestly, well, that person's doing 20 in a 35. Real smart. So I just don't think people are buying vehicles at the rate that they used to. Everybody's broke. I'm broke. I get it. But yeah. So yeah. First impressions with the Prius. It drives nice. Honestly, it's a very like tight steering. Going from a 2006 Honda Accord to this, there's a pretty big difference in the, you know, the way it goes on the road. I'm not much of a speeder or anything like that, so most of the time I'm, you know, following the speed limit. I don't really care about, you know, 0 to 60 times in a Commuter, since it's a Commuter. But this thing says it goes like 0 to 60 in like 7 seconds, which is pretty cool. But the steering feels real tight. It's got a smaller steering wheel, so you don't feel like you're driving a bus around like literally all of my other vehicles. Since it's a 2024, it has a pretty nice entertainment system. I didn't get any of I got a base model. I think it's a LE with all-wheel drive. So this is, you know, it doesn't have like the upgraded, I believe the upgraded ones come with a JBL audio system. This one just has the factory, you know, whatever the cheapest one was, but it sounds really good. I listen to a lot of podcasts, so things are nice and crisp. I haven't really messed with any of the settings specifically for, you know, tuning the audio, but it just sounds great. I don't have any complaints with it. I like it. The AC system works good, all the HVAC stuff, like it's very nice. Like, I don't know, it makes sense. There's no frills to it. I I don't use seat heaters, so I never have a reason. Like, I don't like spending on seat heaters. My truck has seat heaters and seat coolers. I'll use the seat coolers, but I don't use the seat heaters, so I just don't see a point to it. And when it's cold, I do like a heated steering wheel, but it's not like a make or break thing for me. But it's got, you know, it's funny because like the base model has some interesting features like automatic high beams and a windshield heater, but it doesn't have automatic lights, which is kind of funny. So you get these features factory, but it doesn't have automatic lights, which is kind of annoying because sometimes I don't know, I just feel like automatic lights should be a bare minimum. My 2005 Mercedes has automatic lights, so I don't know, I just don't really get that. That being said, the DRLs are extremely bright, and it doesn't take much to just turn the switch on, but that was just something I thought was funny. It has a bunch of different data ports or charging ports. There's like 5 or 6 in the vehicle, and they're all USB-C. And then you have a cigarette lighter as a factory option, which is nice to see. But yeah, I'm getting on the highway, so I'm kind of focusing on that. But the heads-up display that is, you know, the speedometer, it works really well. It kind of tells you, you know, how your driving habits are. It tells you this. What really blows me away, honestly, is the cruise control metrics that are utilized with this system. It is, you know, I'm used to old vehicles, so I'm used to, you know, you just set a certain speed and you're good to go. This this Prius has like this adaptive cruise control that I believe there's a camera in here that works extremely well, unless it's like heavy snow or something like that. But it works extremely well. You know, it tells you the speed limit on the road that you're on. And all you do is you just set your speed that you're looking for. And if there's a vehicle in front of you, these are all new features that I've not had in a vehicle before, since all of my stuff is old. So, oh, there's another Prius. You know, so I'm just not used to them. So maybe this is like gee-whiz information that nobody cares about because they've had new vehicles, but I've absolutely loved this thing. So you just set the, you know, speed of whatever you want. It'll aid you in, you know, driving between the lines, so you can have a little more hands-off approach to cruise control, but not distracted driving, just a heads up. But this thing, you know, it does exactly what I'm looking for. And it helps with lane assist. It aids with, you know, general steering. It will brake for you and it will accelerate for you depending on whatever is in front of you. There are detectors, you know, for blind spots. It has the assists on the mirrors for if a vehicle's coming to pass. And it'll give you a little like display showing if a vehicle comes in front of you. I don't think it's as tech-centric as maybe. Sorry, I had to roll back into a new video. Yeah, I like the car. I got a 2024, 6 miles on the odometer. I sold a car to get the down payment for it, and then I financed the rest of it. But I'm like a no haggle type of person when it comes to purchasing anything. So I contacted the dealership and I said, hey, look, this is what I'm looking for. You know, I want, you know, whatever X vehicle on the lot. I want to finance it. This is my credit. This is how much money I want to put down. Give me your best price out the door. If we can close a deal, you know, relatively soon, then let's do it. So they sent me the information on this one, and the original MSRP I think is $29,700. I believe it's $29,700 before tax, tag, title, and then whatever add-ons they decide to try to put on there. I got the all-weather, you know, like I got the upgraded floor mats. It came with like a first aid kit. It came with a cover for the stuff in the back. So all those things are supposed to cost money. They try to put those in there. as well as like this system that blinks if you press the brake pedal to, I guess, aid in allowing people to know that you're pressing the brake. I don't know. They wanted to charge like an extra $1,300 or $1,400 in extra equipment. I said, I'm not paying for that. You can take whatever off. I don't care. It's a Commuter, so I want to make a Commuter as cheap as possible. Like the Tesla or something in regards to self-driving, but it is a nice little assist that has worked pretty well. I've gotten some rentals that have had similar technology in the past. Like I had a Honda CR-V, but what would happen with the CR-V is that it would kind of bounce you between the two lines that you're trying to stick in between, and then it would fight you expeditiously even if your turn signal was on. Like you had to kind of break through to get to the other lane. So this one's pretty like seamless, and it assists with acceleration, with passing a vehicle. It just does all this stuff for you, which is really nice and easy. So you don't have to worry about manipulating cruise control while you're driving. The steering wheel controls are pretty easy to understand. You know, you've got your voice modes, volume, changing songs, all of your cruise control metrics, the radio mode. I usually just keep it on Android Auto. If you have Android Auto, you don't really have to purchase the rest of the Toyota subscription-based systems. So I don't know, there's a bunch of stuff in here that goes through specifically with the Toyota Entertainment, and I haven't even purchased it yet because there's no point since I have Android Auto. But you can get like cellular service and a hotspot into the vehicle. I know one of the upgrades, like on the higher trim packages, they have like phone charging pads that you can just put your phone on, so you don't have to worry about it. It's just a bunch of like nice creature features that you know, are relatively new, and I'm not used to them since you know, I have older vehicles. One of my gripes that I had with the vehicle was you know, since I got the base model, the cloth seats are, I got gray cloth seats because that's what they had. I probably would have opted for black cloth seats. They cut me a deal, I couldn't say no, so I just decided to go with the gray cloth seats. But I got these seat covers off of coverland.com, and I think they look pretty freaking good. I've gotten a lot of compliments on passengers in regards to how they feel about them. And then it came with a similar system for the rears. The rears don't fit as well, I'll be honest. The rears are not as nice looking as the fronts, but it's a seat cover, so the seat cover is going to do its intended job. I have the rear seats put down right now, so I have this set up for like if I go snowboarding and I'm not really bringing a bunch of passengers. So I just have a moving blanket to kind of cover stuff up, which works just fine for me. Yeah, so I got the seat covers done and then I tinted the windows. I got ceramic window tint, and I think I did like 30s in the front, 20s in the rear, you know, whatever legal tint is, since it's a Commuter and I'm going to be driving a lot. So cool features of the car. It's got like this little like touch sensitive lighting. It's got a microphone that actually works really well for taking phone calls. That's always been like one of my biggest gripes with vehicles, is when you take a phone call through the factory communication systems, they usually have like, I don't know, it sounds like you're in a toilet, or you have to yell so people can hear you. And I've gotten a lot of I had people tell me, because I'm so used to talking like that on a vehicle phone, that they're like, no, this works really well. Like you can just speak normally in it and you hear it. The road noise is pretty low. I'm speaking with a low tone, and I can hear myself just fine. There is a little bit of road noise in here because I'm doing 80, but it's not it's not much. It's not like dual pane windows like the Mercedes, but it's nice and low. I like this center console design that they have implemented for this vehicle. I like the little shifter. Reminds me of a Jet joystick. And then you have all your drive modes, your parking brake, you know, if you want to stay in EV mode or a wheel hold, and then also whatever drive mode you decide to utilize. I usually just put it on eco mode because I'm trying to get as good a fuel mileage as possible when driving this thing. So far I've noticed with 2 full fill-ups, maybe like 60 miles to empty, which is about as close as I'll get to empty on a vehicle. With that, I fill up for about 7.6 gallons. Sorry, I had to turn the defroster on, fog it out. It's 21 degrees out, so I'm gonna have a little fog. Yeah, I've noticed the fill up is about 7.6 gallons, and that gets you about 460 miles, which is absolutely insane. My hand calculation so far in the winter, since hybrid systems do have degraded performance in colder conditions, I have noticed about 46 miles per gallon and some change, maybe 46, 47 so far on the 2 full fill-ups that I've done, and that is including driving through the mountains. So far, you know, the fuel economy has been insane. That's almost double what my Honda Accord was doing. Let's see what else. It's got touch start, you know, push button start. The key fob is nice. It has a detachable key. This is all probably gee-whiz information. I'm just not really used to it since all my stuff is old. And it's super simple, so all you have is like an on-off, and then a panic alarm. There are niceties to the, you know, keyless ignition stuff. If you go up to the driver's side door, you just kind of pull it to unlock it. As long as the key is in your pocket, that driver door will just unlock. But it doesn't unlock. I guess you can set it to unlock all doors, but I don't like that, so I just have it set to the single door. The hatch, you have to press the unlock since it's not unlocking all doors, so you have to press that. You have to unlock twice for the hatch to unlock if you're in the rear initially. And the hatch, you know, it's pretty spacious. I ride a 170 centimeter snowboard, and then I can put all my gear back here as well as a cooler, and I have no issues. So I really like how much space I have for the fuel economy. You know, often I drive my truck up to the mountains, and so this gets roughly 4 times the fuel mileage at a cheaper cost since it takes 87. It's just all over, obviously way more economical to drive up to make videos and stuff like that. So yeah, I've really liked it so far. Like I said, I'm almost 1,000 miles in. I've had no weird issues, no hiccups, no glitches so far in the winter. What else? It looks sharp. I'll do a walk around in a little bit. It looks really sharp. The front end just looks way different than the older Priuses. You know, I think it was very easy with the older Priuses to, they just, you know, they looked feminized. So, you know, it's kind of hard to maintain the man card while driving a Prius if it looks like a maxi pad. So I really like how this one looks. I think it's very sharp. I've gotten a lot of compliments on it from people that know my driving, like my regular vehicles, and they've really liked this one. They think it looks really good. What else? Excuse me. The cool thing about some of these newer vehicles is that Toyota has an application on your phone, and you don't even need to bring your key with you. So